All right, I just rolled credits, and what a great game. This is one of those ones that I will keep coming back to, just inching away at so I can 100% it. I still have quite some time to do that. I'm only probably like 50% of the way done, so I got a lot of little side content to do. Usually with these games, like Spider-Man, for instance, I rolled through the main story and then just kind of inched away, kind of swinging around from time to time, just, messing around and having fun. But to talk about the game from the beginning, just the storytelling and whatnot, it's the legacy of Batman. They pretty much take you throughout some of the key moments throughout the story, from like old movies to the comics to, they even have references of like social media and whatnot. Like, they're talking about the Batman with prep time and stuff. I don't want to like ruin it for anybody, like some like spoilers and whatnot, but what a phenomenal game. It was just fun overall. That's what it's all about. It'd be in a Lego game. It's not a game that you can sit there and be like, oh man, it's gonna be super competition no matter what difficulty you put it on. I rolled with Cape Crusader because I didn't really want to go Dark Knight and deal with a bunch of enemies. And then a lot of people wanted to do that and get little health. I just like to kind of enjoy the story. This ain't really a competition game. I'm playing Wukong, and that gives me the thrill of playing something really tough. This could, no matter what difficult they put it at, it's a Lego game. I'm not expecting it to compete on the level of like something like Wukong. Like, it's just not a Souls game or anything like that. So I had no problem with running down Cape Crusader and just enjoying it for what it was, the fun. You can't take away from it the fact that, oh, it's not hard. It's not like, dude, it's rated for everyone, like kids. I think what it's rated 10 plus. So everyone from 10 plus should be able to play, and they should be able to enjoy it, and they should be able to enjoy the legacy of Batman. Obviously, there's a lot of moments in the game that kids aren't going to get the references of, but I guarantee you a kid is going to sit there and they'll understand fun. They'll understand a lot of the big moments. They'll know some characters and whatnot, but they're gonna really have fun. And then adults, they're gonna know a lot more of these moments. They'll see like the references of the old Joker, Robin and his story. There's some kids that probably know that, but not a lot of young kids. A lot of 10-year-olds are gonna know the story of Robin. They probably know him from Teen Titans Go. Like, it just is what it is. There's like a whole new Teen Titans versus the Teen Titans that a lot of us grew up watching. And then, just the moments like with Poison Ivy, and it was just great overall. And it was one of those ones that just, a lot of these moments, they made them fun, right? The story of Robin's, family, spoiler alert, what's coming. They kind of show you, but then like it goes the opposite way. And there was a lot of moments where like, hey, what's about to happen, but there's like a little twist on, a little fun twist that like adds some humor to it. So even if you do know the reference, you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. And then you're gonna say, oh, they went somewhere else, and you're gonna laugh and have a good time. Or even if you don't get it, you're probably going to want to know where it came from, and you're going to go look at it, and you'll see the twist they put on it. But regardless, if you don't know where that reference is, you're still going to have fun in that moment. Like, one of my favorite moments is honestly, like, I'm a huge Joker fan. So as the story progressed, later on you get introduced to the Joker. I really wanted to play as the Joker. Who knows, maybe that's some like after game content that you can get into. That would be fun. But from that point on, from the Joker saga on, the game was just amazing. Like, it was good throughout the whole thing, but like my thoughts on it changed a lot. Like, I began to love it a lot more, only because I love that character that much. And to get to that end, those last two chapters were really good. Like I told you, the last few scenes with Joker and then rolling into Bane. I know, spoiler alert. I mean, you probably would watch before you buy type of video, before you watch a final game completion review. So forgive me if I ruin anything. I'll try not to include too much information, but overall, a great time. That's what this Lego game is meant to be. It's meant to be a great time. You're meant to have fun, and it checked all those boxes. Like, if I sit here and think about anything I could rate it, honestly, I was leaning 9.5, throughout the entire game. And then the Joker scene, that point on, it kind of won me over. So instead of that 9.5, I'm thinking 9.5, and I could even see tens. Like, I think it is approaching that 10 for me. Like, I got everything I wanted out of it. A lot of people ask me, oh, is it worth it? Do you think is it worth $70? I personally paid $85. Yes, I got new costumes, but I didn't care about the costumes. I was paying those extra $15 so that I could play the game early. And in all honesty, I wanted to play the game early, and I got to play it as much as I could in those first 3 days. I pretty much finished the game in less than a week, like 5 days total. I finished this game, and I had a blast. Like, and I still got more planned to do with it. And I think I got my money's worth out of it, no doubt. Like, I don't feel like I overpaid for it at all. Like, I almost thought about going to buy those Lego sets, which I would have definitely been overpaying for, to go buy $80 Lego set and like 3 different 30 ones just to get all the gold outfits. But hey, And no, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you really like the content. You really like Lego sets. You know, I got a lot of Lego sets, even though I'm not a huge fan of putting Legos together. It was fun playing as one, but like, you know, I say I don't really like Legos or putting them together when I have like a whole shelf of like 10 plus throughout the house. So, you know, the wife loves them, so I kind of just go through that with her. But for anybody that's looking for that voice to tell them like, hey, should I get Lego Batman or should I not? Is it worth my money? Is it fun? I mean, if you don't know if it's going to be worth your money, you can always wait till it goes on sale and play it later on. I wanted to play it early, but there's nothing wrong with playing a game a year, 2 years, 3 years, whenever the case is. Whenever you got time to play it, whenever you feel like it's worth you playing it, there's nothing wrong with waiting until that moment arises. Maybe right now, 2026, there's a lot of different games. Like right now, like I used to go from like not having any games to play, like, oh man, there's never any games to play, only because I'm playing like games like 2K. So of course there's nothing to play when I'm stuck into that loop of just like boredom. And then, you know, fast forward to now, like I'm seeing, I opened up the field of games for myself, just playing all these single player games and just like really seeing what's out there. And I'm realizing I got to go back and play a lot. Like my backlog is so vast. Like I won't ever run out of games. If I do, that would be like impressive in my mind. Cause it's like, there's no way I get through that backlog, but it's like a never ending story for me. And I'm glad to have that problem. Like it's such a good problem. I'd rather have the problem of, you know, like just think about it. Like I'll never run out of games to play. Like right now I'm literally struggling to keep up with all the current games coming out before I can even go through the backlog. And I'm trying to do the backlog in between these new games because obviously for content reasons, I'd rather play the most recent one than add any more games to the backlog. But even then, I'm still adding more old games to the backlog because I do these videos. People see me playing something and they recommend me play something else. So I really do appreciate you guys for the recommendations. And I'm always down for a good recommendation. Hey, the backlog's always open. So if you ever feel the need to recommend me something, a matter of fact, in this video, drop a game recommendation you think I should check out next. I'm actually thinking about going back and playing like Arkham Knight because I don't really remember playing it like that. So that would be fun. Which with that, I actually seen somebody did like a mod where they said when you can't afford a Lego Batman, so they put like they modded a Lego Batman in it. I actually want to go play that mod because I've never played a mod before, and I think doing it in that game would actually be pretty fun. But overall, fantastic game. My recommendation, if you like Batman, if you love Batman, or even if you hate Batman, like I don't care. There's no if then, but like any scenario that you could think of, I think you should get Batman. Like it's that good of a game. Everybody's gonna have a good time. I don't care what you say. I don't care what your age is. I'll say from 1 year old all the way up until 10. It was fantastic, or not 10, like 10,000, whatever. Like just unlimited on the age count. Whatever age in life you are, you can play it and have fun. One of my favorite moments of the game was like when they introduced Joker, just everything leading up past that, the Bane stuff, because I was like, where's Bane at? And even then, like other characters like Scarecrow, I was wondering if he was ever going to come into the picture, and you know, he gets his glimpse and whatnot. But it was just fun overall with these characters. You get the, you know, when you think of Joker, what are the few scenes that you think of? Those scenes are in there. Bane, what are the few scenes that you think of? They're in there. They're in there with a twist, and it's fun. Like I loved it. Like I'm knowing what's about to be said, and then they say something different, and I'm like, oh dang, got me. But I know what you meant. Like they just did a little twist on it. Like the Joker, it's funny because like as soon as I see the interrogation room, I'm like, oh, here it comes. He's like, where are they? And then he's asking where's Bane at instead. A little play on that. That's funny. Then Bane, he still breaks his back. Like, and if you don't have any game to play right now, this is one I would recommend checking out right now. Even if you are playing other games, I would still recommend you checking that out. At least some point in life, check out this game. It's a fun time overall, especially if you have the ability like me. If I had kids, I would love to have played this local co-op. Whether, you know, I honestly should have got my wife to play with me. She's not a gamer, but it would have been fun to play local co-op with somebody. It would have been a really fun time. But I could only imagine how fun it is to be, you know, a parent and you're playing this along with your kid, explaining some of these moments to them, and even then just watching them know some of the moments and know the characters. There are a few things I can't even believe I almost forgot. Like I was just talking about how much fun the game is. I completely forgot like that the fun was just that great of it, right? But that's not to undermine the effort that went into the combat, which was fun. It was satisfying. I mean, I ran Cape Crusader, so you know that it made it, you know, good, like in between, you know, story, combat. You didn't have to go too crazy. It's a Lego game. The combat isn't hard. I had fun doing it. I didn't want to overkill it and, you know, not have enough health, for which you never die. Like I never died on Cape Crusader. I did put it on Dark Knight and didn't really notice much, but just an extra amount of enemy and I guess less life. Even though the combat was good, it's still doing some funny moments with some finishers, you know, just doing little silly moments. It's like, okay, yeah, the combat's really good, but hold on. still a Lego game. You're still gonna have fun. Yeah, you can really like, you know, fighting. And the end, the fighting got a lot better when I started seeing certain moves. Where I'm talking about, like, it went from just knocking people out to, like, based off, I guess, the path I chose of being dark, I was killing people. Like, hey, Batman was like, I'm seeing blood, Lego blood and guts, and it wasn't no ketchup and mustard. It was like actually like splattering bodies, and I was like, in a Lego game, I was like, whoa, Bruce, what's going on? I'm like, hey, I'm digging it though, and the voice was, that killed me. So if anybody else chose the dark voice, and let me know what you thought on that. And then if you chose anything different, I do want to hear. Like, I need to go back and I want to replay it and try the different, you know, the outcomes, just to see how they played out from the voice to like the actual action, if that changed anything. Because what I saw was, I experienced like Bruce killing people, and I think it might have been, they probably put that in there because this whole scarecrow thing, it was a fear of his. It was like something they probably was like, oh no, this isn't really happening, but hey, it was happening on my screen, so I'll roll with it. So combat was really fun, and other than combat, like shout out to Lego. Like, I can't even believe they did this in a Lego game. I don't know what I expected. Last Lego game, like I keep saying, the last Lego game I played was like over 10 years ago, playing Lego Indiana Jones, like on Xbox 360. It was that, and that was like, there was like rooms, and it was like 2D, 3D. It wasn't like full open world, and you're just traversing this massive city that's full of Lego stuff and full of life. Like, the NPCs are interacting, they're saying stuff, not just like, you know, there's so many different things that they can say to you. You're watching them as they walk into the rain, they're pulling out an umbrella, and they're jumping out of your way whenever you're about to drive into them. Like, they're actually interacting with you, and it's pretty fun overall just to see that stuff. It's like, man, they actually put a lot of detail in this game. And I guess I don't think that high of Legos. Like, I'm not, oh, it's a Lego game, I'm not expecting that. And to be honest, my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it. And maybe I shouldn't have thought like that with it being a Lego game. I'm thinking, you know, I'm not comparing it like other games. I'm like, oh, this isn't like this really high graphical game, but like, my mind tricks me in that mind. Like, it gives me that mindset of like, oh, it's just a Lego game, so they can't do that much with the graphics. But the graphics look phenomenal. Like, it really looked good. I was like, how can a Lego game look this good? They actually did a fantastic job. I'm watching like some of the rain on there, that, you know, you got the lightning going, but just watching the rain droplets on his bat suit was, I was like, wow. And I was on the PlayStation. Like, I didn't get it on my PC because I had to wait an extra day to play it for early access, or like an extra 12 hours. But it would result in me waiting a whole day to play it. So I ended up getting on the PS5, and I had a great time. I kind of would love to have gotten it on PC. If I could, like, if it was cross progression and I could transfer it over, I would love to see what it looks like on PC, because I can only imagine if it looked like that on the regular PS5. I mean, PS5 Pro probably looked even better. And then, you know, PC, that thing would have looked real phenomenal. But yeah, it looked great. It played great. What a phenomenal game. I'm looking for other games to play. If you guys got any recommendations, drop those down in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys so much for watching this video. And hey, we got to get ready for 007 to drop this week. Hopefully I get this video up there. I mean, it drops tomorrow, so I got to get this video out there, and I'm gonna be on that first day. Can't wait for that one. A lot of games to come. We got Assassin's Creed coming around just around the corner. We got the Dawn of the Moonwalker, GTA 6, of course, Wolverine. There's a lot of games, you know, 2K. No, I'm just kidding. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and let me know you guys' thoughts on Lego Batman. My mind's blown. I loved it. I would rate it like a 9.5. What a great time. And I'm actually kind of curious to go back and play some of the other Lego games.